Okay.
I kind of want to do like rally basics or
Okay.
just stuff with like attention and like that kind of stuff.
Okay. Okay.
I've been so busy. I've only been doing agility with him, so we actually are like out of practice on a lot of things.
Okay.
So but I do
when I do agility with my dogs, I do like 5 to 10 minutes of obedience first.
Yep.
And it's high energy obedience because that gets involved in agility also. And so I start out, and the first thing I do for obedience is get him into heel position. Sit. And then toss it. So I want that excitement. And I do that. Well, so I do a tug with Dad, and she has to do 10 perfect ones. So when I started doing this, it took about 50 tries to get 10 perfect. And now we can do it in 10 to 11 tries. So she's pretty good. Barney was always better. Barney started out being able to do 20. So you want to try not to move your feet, because if you move your feet, it's too hard to extinguish that.
Okay.
So you want to bring him, turn around, get as close of a sit. If it's not really straight, as you're bringing him around, you can use the leash to pull him in.
Yep.
And then say yes and toss it. So come here where it's dry so he doesn't mind sitting.
Over here. Hey, Mary, I know, there's a lot. You don't get a play. Ready?
Pretty. Good, yes. And then toss it. Yes, look at that, little baby.
And I know, you want to pick up scraps. Here.
Pretty. So you can use your cue when you get him in position.
Okay. I'm just gonna take a second.
And have you done that he already kind of knows?
This?
Yes.
We've done it before, yes. Yes.
Okay. So if you've done it now, don't lure him, use the leash instead.
Okay.
So I don't know if he'll do it for me.
Probably not.
But and what you're gonna do is pull the leash behind you.
He doesn't like leash pressure from strangers.
Okay.
It's a little.
Here we go. There you go. Sit. Yes, good one.
Good boy.
There it is. Oh, here it is. Look. Jackpot. Jackpot. Yes.
Okay. So
I
saw how
pull
you
it back here.
Yep.
I'm pulling it right behind my leg.
Okay.
That actually helps him get in close and straighten up.
And then sit. Okay.
Yeah.
It's over here, boo.
And once he knows that doing that to him gets the toss, he's actually going to like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, it's... So you want to hold closer, like to the buckle. There you go. Because your hands aren't long enough to go all the way behind you anymore. And just pull him. And sweet talk him. You're okay. You're a good boy. Yes, good one. You did.
Oh, there's a big
one. You did. Yes.
There's a big
one. So if all you do is pull here, you don't have to shape them by pulling them around. So just, right behind your leg. And just pull them in. Keep pulling. Keep pulling. You're okay, sweetie.
Yes.
So that was close to straight. Once he allows you to pull him better, you're going to ask for straighter. But right now, the goal is for him not to resist you. Yeah, so he's got to turn towards you.
Yes.
Good boy. So in rally, if he turned away from you like he did just now, that's going to be points off.
Yes, yeah.
And depending on the judge, you just lost the entire 10 points for that exercise. And you can give him the cue. What's your cue for that? Your verbal cue.
I don't have it. Oh, like heel?
Yeah.
I haven't really worked on it much, but I can start.
Yeah, whatever word you want for that side.
Yeah.
Good. And
yes.
Good.
Boy.
And you're only going to tell him once.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Just tell him once.
Ready. Good. Heel. Yes.
Could you tell he was super crooked?
He was a little crooked.
Yeah. So try to straighten him up first.
Like kind of like get in here.
Yeah. Okay. So and I would use the leash instead, because with that voice and patting your leg, they actually like it. So what they're going to do is they're going to learn a two-step process: crooked, straight, crooked, straight. If you use the leash all the way, they don't like the leash, so they're going to give you the straight to avoid the leash. Okay. So that's your goal, and then you give them your voice. So he needs to turn towards you.
Good. Come on. Come on.
There you go. There you go. Good boy.
Hey.
Try. There you go. Perfect, perfect. Yes,
Yes,
good
good
boy.
boy.
Good boy.
Oh my gosh. I'm
Good
so,
boy.
so
Look at
happy.
you, sweetie.
Good job.
What a good boy.
Red. Red. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Wait, eat it. Come on. Here.
Yes, good boy.
Good job. Red. Here. Yes.
Very
good
pretty.
job.
Very pretty.
See,
Okay,
you can
so
do it.
does he have going around the other way? Does he
I've
have-
never done that.
Okay, so that
Like
one
the
you can
around.
lure it first.
Okay.
So I usually have a treat in each hand
Okay.
because I lure and then I
Back
grab
around.
him with the other hand and then get him into.
Okay. So, because that's where you go like this and then
Right?
around.
No, it's right behind, left, and sit. Yes. Because both times they end up on the
Oh, on
outside.
your heel. Okay. Ready? Ready?
Good job, good baby. Yes.
Good boy. I know that was Who is that? Who was that? Good job. Yeah, look, he's like, what is this thing?
Yeah. Well, and it's the tossing. It is absolutely the tossing.
They're coming back for it, right?
Yeah. Because that's prey drive.
Yes.
Everything is more fun with prey drive.
Yeah.
And if he stays with you, you can take the leash off. And I would actually break or cut those cheese sticks, rounds in half.
Okay.
So usually I'll slice the stick down the center and then chop it up. And what I do with my dogs, since I do so much training, I slice those halves in third and then I chop it up into cubes.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
it's a little smaller.
Big enough to see, small enough to swallow without chewing. Yes. So that needs a different verbal cue, because if you use heel for both, he goes, well, do you want me to heel right or heel left?
So you say around.
So I say, because this is, when I was in 4-H, all we did was one way. We did heel and whatever. So that stayed in my mind for going around. And then I think I wanted to say swing for the left, and my first competition dog, he goes, oh no, we only do it this way. And I got mad and gave him a big pop and said, well, you just do this. You would only do it to do this.
Yeah.
And so I train all my dogs to do this, because instead of looking down and saying which dog do I have and what word do I use,
Yeah.
I do this. So now everybody down in my area who competes, when they're in the ring, everybody knows who they train with, because it's all do this.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, so you want a different word. So circle, swing, spin, around.
Circle, around, circle. I kind of like circle.
Okay. Okay.
It rolls off my tongue a little bit.
All right. And yeah, you want
Yeah.
what you're going to remember the best.
And should I start implementing that now?
Yeah,
Like
because
kinda
he's
starting
willing to follow you. So yeah.
Circle. Yes.
Good. You start using the word when he's no longer stressed or resisting.
Yes.
And I would get a mirror for straight sits.
Okay.
That was in in rally, you
Yes.
would have gotten full points for the one right before this, but in obedience you would have gotten half a point off.
Circle.
And all those half a points add up.
Sorry. Come here. Circle.
Good boy.
Yes.
Yes,
He's
nice.
sitting pretty straight too.
He's
huh?
sitting really straight, yeah.
He's just a good
Yeah, the
boy.
couple times where he was off, it would have been maybe like half a point.
Okay.
But that adds up in obedience, big
Yeah.
time. It definitely adds up in obedience.
Red. Up here. Don't you dare pee on that. Hey. Leave it. Red, come on. Red. Go. Come on. Come on, here's the food. Let me give him a second.
Yeah.
Morning. And usually he goes right there, so let me see if he does. I only fed him half his breakfast today.
Oh.
So you're gonna get lots of cheese.
Yeah.
Okay, good boy. Now come on, let's go.
That's so weird.
Take me a second.
I know. I told my dog she's gonna lose it.
Yeah, I know, right?
It looks like he has to.
Yeah.
That tail's up pretty high.
He's just a really picky pooper, so it's really annoying when he does have to go. He'll go at my house and then Bernardo's and that's it. But like he won't. If he go camping and stuff, he'll hold it for like 2 days.
Wow. My Barney is picky at home, but he'll poop on a walk too many times.
Yeah.
He'll poop at dog shows, so all of that is good. He just reads every single thing in the. I mean, all his Sports Illustrators are stashed in the yard, and he reads instead of pooping. But we've had rats in the compost pile, and even though they got into my tool shed and ate 4 pounds of rat bait, so
Yeah.
why are there still rats in my yard? There are, and yes, he goes to the tunnels where they are, and he smells that they're fresh.
Yeah.
So yes, I think the ones that got in the tool shed hoarded it all for themselves, and they probably died really fast.
Oh.
But and I would prefer not to poison, but I would prefer not to have rats in my yard.
Yeah. All right, Red, get it out. You start looking at it.
It looks like he has.
His butt's puckering, so
Yeah.
I'll let you know. Oh, this is what he does. Come on. Go poop. Come on.
Yes, 100%.
Barney has to
We're
find
on
a bush.
pain time here.
He's resource guarding her. He's resource guarding, 100%.
Really?
Oh yeah, I just had to have a come to Jesus moment here. We just had a moment here.
So that usually dogs at resource guard are in charge.
Oh yeah, he just learned that he's not.
Yes, but I mean he needs to learn with the person he's guarding that.
I know, but I had to prove the point. I just had to prove the point. Yeah, his problem is called resource guarding.
Yeah.
He bonds very fast, this dog. Yeah, but
Well, and I would say that's also one of the behaviors that pops up when dogs have been mismanaged. And by I mean, because when you have kids that have not been treated appropriately at school, they act at home. When they're not treated appropriately at home, they act at the school. And every dog that you have coming through rescue has been treated inappropriately because Dobermans are not supposed to be that forever home. They're supposed to start out with their forever home and pull them out of a home, put them in foster, and put them in another home. That is mismanaged. But I mean, it's even better for them now. But yeah, so you are going to get that.
so
Are we
he
ready?
is 100% resource guarding, and he's resource guarding. Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, my dear, we're going to have to.
Bend
We're going to
around.
have to become more assertive.
Yes.
Very nice.
Oh, go get it. Some of that.
Look at it. Look at it. Here. Look at it. Look at it. Yes, good one. Okay, let's do a stand, because you know how to get her in position now. So, at the advanced level, you can put your dog in the stand.
Okay.
At the excellent master level, they have to put themselves into a stand. So, the easiest thing, would you like these, sweetie?
Yeah.
You ordered them. Would you like that? Okay, so sit with this for me.
So,
So first I'm going to ask him to sit.
okay,
Sit,
so
please.
we're going to have the only way.
Sit, please.
because
Yes.
since we're-
So, I didn't ask him to sit in heel position, but he needs to be. So, since sitting in heel position isn't the lesson, I'm going to go to heel position. It's okay, honey. Can you sit?
he knows that.
Yes, good sit.
Now,
Good sit. I'm going to hold his neck close to me.
you're going to have to
Treat goes, kitty, kitty.
report this.
Since his head can't move, his butt should pop up. And this could be because I haven't been sitting you. Kitty,
What you saw, I didn't.
kitty. Oh, look at
Oh, no.
kitty. Kitty. So I'll let you do it.
Okay.
Because he's just being too good. So, I'll show you with my imaginary dog. No, honey, sorry.
I did not.
Sorry, you snooze, you lose, baby. Okay. So, my imaginary dog. The leash is in my right hand, and I just put my hand on my leg so my hand doesn't move.
Okay.
And I want him so snug that his neck does not move my legs. I didn't hold him that close because he didn't want to be with me.
Yeah.
But his neck is velcroed to my leg. I put my hand straight out with the treat,
And then.
and I wiggle it and I tease him. Since his head can't move, his butt should pop up.
Pop up.
And then I'll give him the treat.
Okay.
If he won't pop up teasing him, then I usually drop it and then he'll pick his butt up to try to get the treat. And I'll let him leave position to get it.
Okay.
Because my goal is butt up.
Okay. Alright. Come on, Good. Okay. So right
So
hand.
sit. Yeah.
Right, sit. Okay. Sit.
Good boy. So now you shift into heel. There you go. Okay, straight out. Get it. Tease him. Get it. But look how you're letting him get away. There you go. Get it. Get it. So drop it. Drop it on the ground. Let him see you drop. Get it. Look, there you go. Yes. Good boy.
Good job.
And yeah, that yes comes out when his butt pops up. And look at right here too. Right here too.
Red. Right here. Sit. Red. Sit.
Good boy.
Boy. Get it. Get it.
Yes. Good boy. And see, right now he doesn't know he has permission to get up.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know. Okay. Red. Ready? Red. Sit.
Good boy. Good.
Get it. Get it. Get it. Yes.
Yes, good boy. So if he pops up before you throw it, it's okay to him.
Oh, okay. Got it. Red. Sit. Hey.
Try not to let him take that first step away that he's getting.
Get it.
I know, he's... Get it?
Come on, get it. Red. Get it. Come on.
Yes, good boy. Good boy. And then if you want, if it looks like he's just not popping up quick enough, what you can do after you hand him one is then toss one. So you get to incorporate prey drive in there.
Okay. Ready?
Is that it? Well, you have to.
Yes, that was good. Yes. And then even when he stands, don't let him take a step until he's standing, and then you release him. But don't let him self-release as he's getting up.
Got it. Okay.
So yeah, butt pops up. It's step one, butt pops up. Step two, you release instead of you release as he pops up.
Okay. Sit.
Good boy.
Good. Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it.
Yes, good one. That was good. That was good. And right now, his butt does go behind you,
Yeah.
but it's not going to when he does it on his own.
Okay.
His butt's only going behind you because he's looking at the treat that's out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, in heel position, he's supposed to go from a sit to a stand?
Yes.
Got it.
Yes. Yeah, so my dogs, well, Dash and Barney, yeah, I'll say stand and they just do this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what Holt definitely.
Well, and especially if you compete in obedience, you want that. So many people will walk their dog into a stand,
Yeah.
but in novice obedience, for the stand for exam, you're supposed to leave and come back to heel position. Well, dogs learn to step into the stand, and the owner says stay and leaves. The problem is the dog walked in, and you're down by their hip. You're not in heel position.
Yeah.
You just lost the exercise,
Yeah.
which means you can't qualify.
Yeah.
So some judges might take up to 5 points off. Some judges will give you an NQ for that exercise.
Okay.
But yes, if they learn to pop their butt back, and that's why we hold their neck there so their butt pops back.
Get it. Yes.
Yes, good
job.
boy.
Yes,
Very
good boy.
nice.
Yeah, he went straight up.
He
pretty much.
did. That was
Good
pretty.
boy.
That was pretty.
Was that pretty? Was that pretty? Come here. Sit. Wait. Get it. Yes.
Yes, good
job.
one. Good
Sit.
job.
Come on, you should know better now. We're supposed to be over here. Hey,
Yeah.
I used to work on pivoting with him, where
Uh-huh.
he'd go like this,
Uh-huh.
and I swear, like, he just keeps tying it to that.
So now you also have to do a left pivot because you're going to need that too, but I'll show you how to do all that.
Get it. Yes.
So that you let him step away. Could you tell?
He kind of went this first.
Well, yeah, it's
Okay.
like your hand went out. So you have to nail your hand to your leg, and then
This
not
one.
yeah, and then not let the leash
Sit.
slide out. Yeah.
Sorry. Get it. Yes.
There, go
Good
boy, go
boy.
boy. And his butt pops up faster when you keep his front end
Front
secure.
end secure.
Yeah.
Ready?
Oh, sweetie, you got Labrador feet. Where'd you get those from?
I don't know.
You can do water rescue, huh?
You barely even look like a Doberman at times. Come here. Hey. Sit. Good boy. Get it. Yes.
Good. But that he
I
popped
kept-
forward, yeah. You want the butt to pop instead of the front end.
Get it.
And nobody's gonna take points off if when you say stand, everything pops up.
Okay.
That's okay.
Okay.
We just need him to know that yes, it is important for that back end to come up.
Get it. Get it. Get it. Yes.
Good. And you
boy.
know what? When I just saw this one, I'm wondering if the other two where his front end came up, you were holding too high.
Okay. So try to hold down lower.
Yeah. Yeah, I usually go from their nose straight out.
Okay. Red. I know you can't do it. Sit. Good boy. Get it.
I know, he's strong.
Get it.
Yes,
Good
good boy,
job.
good boy.
Good boy.
And once he pops up without you having to tease too much, that's when you can say stand.
Okay.
Yeah, right
so I'll
now.
probably just still work on this
Yes.
for a while.
Yes.
Like a few more weeks or a couple more sessions,
So-
and then start implementing the stand.
So now, another thing you're going to see is halt, pivot, halt,
Okay.
or, oh yeah, you're going to see both 90 degree and you're going to see a 180 degree pivot. And then at the novice level where it tells you circle 360 degrees right or circle,
Yeah.
the smaller the circle, the less likely you'll get points on.
Yeah.
So for
You
the
want tight
360 left, if you have to do this because your dog just isn't letting you turn left,
Yeah.
you, depending on the judge, you may get all 10 points taken.
Okay.
You know, if you can go more like this, most judges will give you all your points.
Okay.
But for circle left, dash I have to actually move, but I can do this with dash.
Okay.
And Barney, I'm in the middle of that lazy Susan, and Barney goes backwards.
Good. Okay.
So the way you train that is the exact same thing. You're only going to ask for a quarter turn at first.
Okay.
He can already be standing, leash is tight, treat goes straight out. As soon as his butt moves, you just give him the treat.
Okay.
So he's learning, yes,
Almost
you
the
stay
same
still.
as his stand.
It is. You use this exact same method for the side step,
Okay.
for the left pivot, and for the stand. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because what you're doing is keeping his front end still and leading with the back.
Okay.
So
get
it's,
him into a sit position.
no,
again.
he doesn't have to
Oh,
be sit.
yes.
Just
So like this,
and then his wait.
Yes.
There you go. Yeah. Once his back in.
Oh,
Yes.
good boy. Okay.
And so that's your. I mean, yes, he would be for the halt, pivot, halt. He would be sitting first.
Yeah.
But
But
you
you
don't
wanna get
tie it
the-
all together. You do the pivot, and then he learns the halt, pivot, halt.
Yes.
Good, 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 good. And I would keep that leash snug enough so he knows to stay close to
Oh,
you.
yeah. I keep-
Because some dogs have a habit of veering away. Yes,
Yes.
good boy, good
Boy.
boy.
There's one on the ground. Yes.
Yes, good boy. So you'll see this in both intermediate and advanced.
Okay.
And do you have the Rally app?
No.
It's
Is it through the AKC?
It's actually somebody else did it. It's called Pocket Rally.
Oh,
And-
Pocket Rally.
yeah.
You've told me about this before.
Yes.
Or you were talking to Elena about it, I
Yes, yes.
think. Yes.
Good boy. Yes, and I would show you on my phone, but my phone is dead.
Oh, no.
It's as dead as it can get. It's the battery. It knows it's plugged in, but the battery won't charge.
Yes.
So I actually thought somebody was going to take a run today and get a new battery on it.
Ooh.
I don't know. But that's what I heard. I mean, I have money to give them, but...
Yes.
Okay, so now, I don't like what he's doing. Instead of leading with his butt,
He's backing
he's
up.
swinging. So if this was you, instead of him doing this, what he's doing is swinging sideways and going like this.
Okay.
And so let's try maybe getting the leash snugger to start out with
Okay.
and see if that will help.
Is that because I practice him on a small ball, his front feet, and I have him pivot?
No, that
No.
should, oh, it might be, yes, it might be,
Okay.
yes, because he's actually going sideways like that, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not like we've done a lot of it, but like we were doing it when quarantine started. We were just practicing
Right,
different things.
right.
Okay, so keep
I
it
started
tighter.
doing,
And then like that.
he's still moving his butt sideways. There, that one was a little better. You weren't able to go full 90. And I'm wondering also if your hand goes wider so he's facing it, which means he's leading with your butt. So you may just have to play with your body position. I think when you push him back, he goes sideways, but if your hand is wider, he'll face your hand more and then he'll lead with his butt instead of his side. Oh, that was good, huh?
Good job.
That's a tight leash.
Not exactly, but.
That was nice. That was pretty. Yes, that was pretty.
You're funny.
Yeah.
You're funny. Ready? Like that?
Yeah, except just so, yeah. A tighter leash is what you need for that.
He needs the whole leash?
Well, no, you give him too much leash and he can spin.
Okay.
And you don't want to. You keep him snug so that all he can do is pivot around. That, yeah, that's pretty. That's pretty. And yeah, eventually he won't have his neck cranked in the tree. Okay, so that's, you're going to see that in intermediate and above.
And what do you call that? Circle? Oh, yeah,
That-
circle.
I just say left. My dogs know that they need to back up a little bit when I say left.
Okay.
Because I even do that in the obedience ring. I give fairly tight turns because I've said left so much for a pivot that when the judge says left turn and Barney hears that, you already see him tuck his butt. So I just go for a tight turn and it looks like he's following me. And, and I have to respond, especially with Barney, I have to respond quicker to the judge's cues. Because my other dogs, it's like they'll say right turn, I can take a step and do it.
Barney wants to do it.
Barney, he says right turn, I'm immediately going or he's knocking me over.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a lot, yeah. So, and it just looks impressive, like, oh, both my dogs and I can respond really quick. Well, yeah, my dog responds quickly. And I have to get out of his way is basically what it is. So, okay, so intermediate and above, you're going to have the pivot left. And eventually you need a full 180 because you're going to have a halt, 180, halt. And don't put it together with a halt until you have the pivot behavior. Another thing you're going to have at intermediate and higher is either 2 side steps where they remain standing and never sit, or the halt, 1 side step halt. And you do the exact same thing. So you get that treat going out. Once his butt moves is when you take that step. So keep him snug.
And keep him in sit or stand?
A stand.
Stand, okay.
Yeah,
So-
you always want to just work the stand and put the sit in once he knows.
So I move my hand out, and as soon as he
And
moves,
as soon as his butt moves, take a step away from him. So, and you're going to have to pull his head with you. Good, yeah, but just pull his front end also so he's parallel with him. Yeah. But see how he was this far away from you?
Yeah.
He's Velcro to your leg.
The whole time.
Yeah, don't let him rip that Velcro off. Perfect. Good boy. Yeah, that was good.
I don't know what the hell we're doing.
Oh, no, they don't at first. They don't.
What the hell?
Ready?
So my
Oh, I
dog,
think I totally
Dash and Barney have a with me command when I do that side step.
Yeah.
Because left means actually turn and face a different direction.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ready?
Or right, whatever. Good, good.
Good boy.
Good job.
I know.
And then when I say with me, good.
Yes. Good job.
When I say with me, since this is how I teach it to Laura,
Okay.
then I just say with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then they come. Okay. Good boy.
He goes, I like this. I'm getting lots of treats.
I know.
I have no idea what's in my brain right now,
And
but I'm
he's
getting lots of
hungry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good, 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 good.
Boy.
We sidestepping.
And when you sidestep, make sure you're cognizant of what direction you're going because just now you did this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just need to go straight over.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, so I go that.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Good boy. Yes.
Boy.
Good job. I
Okay.
know.
And then, do you know the Schutzen turn where you go left and your dog goes right around you for the?
No.
I think it's called left about.
Okay.
So I give the same cue to my dog. So when I'm training, you know, I tell my dogs what I'm doing. I'll say about turn and I'll turn to the right. About turn, I'll turn to the right.
Okay.
About turn and about turn, and I turn to the left, but my dog still goes right.
Oh shit.
Because that's so.
Yeah, 'cause
so it's called left about in
Yeah.
rally.
And then what he does is like this.
Absolutely,
And he goes around.
absolutely. But if you do it quick, they don't even think about it. So there's several signs where your dog wraps,
Okay. Yeah.
and all of those to my dog I say about turn.
Okay.
And it's funny because I'll say about turn when I go right, and I have a friend. She goes, "Well, why are you saying that?" And I go, "Because that's what we're doing." She goes, "Well, yeah, but you're going to the left." And I go, "But I'm not telling my dog what I'm doing. I'm telling my dog what
What
she's
they
doing,
need
and
to be
she's
doing.
going to the right. She's
Yep.
wrapping time." And she goes, "Well, I say get around." And I go, "Well, if you and your dog know that, that's fine."
Yeah.
But to me, it's the same behavior.
Yeah.
So
To
if,
him, he knows he needs to go
absolutely.
this way.
So not
So
only
if you just say this, and then he should still know that he
Yes,
needs to still do
yes,
the same.
and so what I do when they're green with that, I do half a dozen regular about turns.
Yeah.
And I tell them what I'm going to do. And I move so fast because the highest score wins, but if a tie, the highest speed wins.
Yeah.
Nobody beats the Doberman.
Yeah.
Absolute. I mean, you know, Dash and I, on an energy scale of 1 to 10, we're like a 13. We're out here.
Yeah.
And so yeah, nobody's gonna beat us. I go so fast, when I have to stop or change direction, I, you know, use my shock absorbers if I need. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Dash reads that.
Okay.
So it's like about turn, and I do this. About turn. And you have to pivot. So my about turns, because in obedience, my about turns are right foot, T, right foot, go. So if you do that fast, you have to use those knees. And that's what I do with my dogs. They read those knees.
Oh, okay.
And so I also do a little dip right before. So it's right, left, right, go.
Okay. So
Right, left, right.
left, right, go, and then
Yes.
right, left, right, go. Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
right,
and then
left,
I see
right,
where you have
go.
the. Brett's just like, what are we doing?
Right, left, right,
Yeah, I
go.
know. What are we doing?
Right, yeah.
Okay,
And so since I'm doing 3 steps in one spot without moving, so you're kind of doing a 2-step. So right, left, right,
Right, left,
right, go. Perfect.
right,
Yes.
go. Right,
So you almost have to
right,
take
go.
both classes first.
Right, left, right, go.
And those 3 steps
Oh, I'm dizzy.
are in the middle of a lazy Susan.
Okay.
You know, so like look at the corner of the crack. That's where your 3 steps are.
Oh, I get it. Okay, so
Yeah.
right, left, right,
Yes.
go.
Perfect.
Right, left, right,
Yes.
go.
Yes.
Right, left, right,
Yes.
go. Okay.
So now since you're doing those 3 steps in one spot, you're coming in, you have to use your shock absorbers
Yep.
or you're going to fall over and your dog reads that.
Yeah.
So then when I do the Schutzen turn, I still kind of do a little dip and my dog just zips around. She
Okay.
already knows what that dip means.
Okay.
So you not only have the Schutzen turn, you have the left turn, dog circles around. I still tell my dog about turn.
Okay.
It's the exact same thing. Left turn, dog
Yeah.
circles around. Left, dog circles around. And you don't have to pause too much, enough for them to go around. My dogs are fast enough, I don't have to pause at all. But they just zip around. But the right turn, dog circles around. Here for the left turn, I'm going a quarter turn, my dog's going 3/4 turn.
Okay.
The right turn, I'm going a quarter turn, my dog's going 1 1/4 turns. So you're going to have to pause for that.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's the same word. I say about turn.
Okay.
And then at the master level, there's halt, dog sits, dog circles around, and same thing, halt, about turn.
Okay.
And so my dogs read it all the same. And it's funny, yeah, because my friend who says get around, then she has some other word for the halt, dog circles around, and it's like,
It's a lot of jumping.
but it's the same
A lot of
behavior.
alphabet soup.
It is. It's the same behavior
Yeah.
for your dog.
Yeah.
You know, the left turn dog circles around. It's all the same behavior.
Yeah.
So they need to just start circling till they get back in heel position is what it is. Yeah. Yeah. But definitely right, left, right, go. Right, left, right, go.
Okay.
And those 3 steps have to be in one
In the
spot.
same. Okay.
Yes. And that's going to give your dog a chance to catch up with you. There's a lot of people who do this about turn. So your dog is stuck back there.
Them, and then you have these expectations that they're supposed to be.
Well, yes, and if your dog is not a high energy dog to begin with, I mean,
They
Dash
might
would
take it
probably think, oh, game on.
Yeah.
But a lot of other dogs, it's like, I'm not even going to try.
Yeah.
So that gives them a chance to keep up with you. Yeah. Yeah, and then and I always, right before I do something, I tell them what I'm doing. So in rally, you can talk to your heart's content. And so, yes, I come up to the about turn, and I'll say, about turn, and my dog's already whipping around me.
Okay.
So I tell them like a beat before I do it.
Okay.
It would be the same timing as when the judge tells you in obedience.
Okay.
So I always tell my dogs what to do, because now when I'm in obedience, the judge says right turn, Dash goes, got it, I heard that.
Yeah.
You know, and the judge says halt, Barney, I have to stop really fast because Barney's butt is already hitting the ground.
Yeah.
But yeah, they go, okay, I got it.
Okay.
So I'm not allowed to give a double command. That's an NQ. But the judge is commanding my dog to my dog's heart's content. Yeah. Yeah, so that, I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it. I can do that. So what other things in rally? So the halt and call front.
Okay.
Do you do that?
No.
Have you okay, so if he lets you be lured, if he lets you lure him,
Yeah.
I would say the first couple times, halt and then say come, is unless you're saying front for getting in front. But I just use come. Come is a formal front for my dogs. So the first couple times I'll step forward with my left leg, and now they have to wrap around and straighten up. And if they don't sit straight, I never give a treat unless they're straight. So I don't correct them, but if they're not straight, I'll just take a step back.
Okay.
And that treat is right next to their nose as I step back.
Okay.
And I keep it low. So many people hold that treat up, and that's when your dog sits crooked.
Yeah, he is very known to coming in straight. He comes in crooked, so maybe I need to
So it needs to be at his nose level. At his
Okay.
nose. Yeah, a lot of people will do this. The dog comes in straight, they do this, and the dog,
kind of.
yeah.
Because a lot of people try to do that to get him to sit in tight, but it can also allow them to.
It actually creates that turn. And you're going to get more points off for crooked than for 8 or 10 inches out.
Exactly. Okay.
And so what I do for sit tight, if they're hearing too far in, I'll step back with one foot, get them to sit.
Okay.
Now I step back and cookie, 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 cookie.
Okay.
And another thing to sit tight is I use food that I don't mind putting in my mouth, so cheese or hot dogs. And I stare at my toes, and this definitely works when you have a really strong working relationship with your dog because they're so in tune to looking at you.
Yeah.
So I stare at my toes, and they come in close and look up, and then I spit at them.
Okay.
And you can't drop it out of your mouth because it's going to drop not when you want it to, but when it finally gets off your tongue or lips, and then it's not going to go straight down. So you have to learn to spit, and you have to spit straight. And my dog definitely knew how to catch before I could spit.
Yes,
So that's where you want to make sure you have enough space that you just keep backing up until you get that. Yeah. And that's close.
Yeah. See how he hit that?
And what you can do, you can adjust him. Look what I got. Go ahead and give it to him so he's not. So look. What do I got? Oh, there you go.
What do you do
See?
for Paula?
Well, you remove one of the elements
Yep.
and you break the habit. So what I was going to show you, if he was crooked, I was going to move the opposite direction to get him to self-adjust. Yes, good
good
job.
boy.
Good. But I always keep it down low.
Okay.
Always low.
And then use it like.
It's like, just think that you're grabbing that ring in his nose. So what I would do is bring him over to the right and then bring him back to the left. And then step back as you're doing it. So yes, I know. And then with your third arm, yeah.
Come on. Over here.
Good
Yes,
boy.
good boy.
And another thing you can do is, does he sit on the platform?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, just
Oh.
cut a piece of yoga mat and teach him to sit on that.
Got it.
And then
Yeah.
the yoga mat will be in front of you.
Yep.
So you want something that's easy to fade out. A lot of people will use PVC frames, you know,
Yeah.
just a rectangle. But that's so high, that's harder to phase out. You want something that's real easy to phase out.
Yep.
So I also use that for my straight sits and my go outs in utility.
Okay.
So I can send Dash out. I train the go out and I train the sit independently, just like I train the recall and the finish independently. But I teach them to touch the middle stanchion with their nose for the go out. So in Maverick's very first lesson a couple months ago, after 5 minutes, she was able to go 3/4 of the ring and go touch that stanchion. But we did shape training, and that gets in their brain real quick.
Yep.
So they know to go for the center stanchion, and then I use the yoga mat, and they have to turn around and sit on that, and they can't sit on it if they're not straight.
Yeah.
So, but I taught the go out first, because with Dash, I taught the go out with the mat.
Okay.
And then I'm trying to extinguish the mat. So this was when I was at a training center in Southeast Portland, and the training arena was almost competition size, so it was perfect for training. And then it's like, okay, we need to extinguish the mat because we have a trial coming up. So I did a couple go outs to remind her what we're doing, and then I took the mat away, put it in the other room in the cupboard where I got it from, and I said, Dash, go. She ran 3/4 of the arena, did a 90-degree out the door into the other room, and tried to get up to the cupboard. So it's like, all right, we did this wrong.
Yeah.
So I teach the go out independently, and I do that long before I ever teach a sit. So Maverick does not know to sit, but she knows to go and target the middle stanchion.
Okay.
And so then I will probably start working on just the sit alone. It's like, you know, we'll do some go outs, and then I'll stand there and just get her to turn and sit. Good girl, throw the treat, come and sit. Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll do that. So you always want to do your components independently.
Yeah.
So,
What do you think?
you got a head full, huh? Huh? So anything else that you have questions about?
No, it's mainly just like the basics of rally. I want to do our rally novice by like February, I think. Is what
Okay.
I'm trying to do.
And I almost brought my rally signs with me so we could set something up somewhere, but
Look, honey.
my phone crashed right before I left, and that's where my head was. Yes.
No, it's okay.
So,
Yeah, so it's called Rally what? The app?
Pocket Rally.
Pocket Rally.
Yes. And it's like $4.99, but let me tell you, that's the best $4.99
And
rally money I ever
It's an
spent.
app on iPhone.
Uh-huh.
Perfect. Hey, don't be on
It has the picture of a little chihuahua on the front.
So cool. I know you gotta go.
Which is interesting because the